Okay, so how do you drain? How do you drain your tanks once you're done? Some real small ones will just have one drain where your black and gray go together. Other ones will have your gray and black separate. Like this one is your gray and black separate. So your hose, depending on which kind of setup you have, we have ours stored in the bumper. That's pretty common. Now, some of them have little caps. Some of these come with a little cap, and there's a little cap on the bumper. And you pull your cap off, they kind of wear out after a while, and your hose can slide up into your bumper. So we bought this for, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks on Amazon. It's got a magnet in it, it's got a clip in it, and it actually clips into your hose. So your hose can't ever go anywhere. And the magnet keeps it in place. So, take that out, you got your hose. Now, you don't need to put this on the end, but it does make it drain a little bit better. You notice I've got gloves on. A lot of people don't use gloves. I don't know why you wouldn't use gloves when you're dumping out your toilet, but some people don't. And you see them wiping their noses and eating a snack. I don't know what's going on.
Picking their teeth.
Yeah, I don't understand. As my dad with the massive stroke would say, I don't understand. So this just hooks on. This other end's hooked in, and I'm going to drain the black first. The reason you drain the black first because it's coming out of your toilet, and the gray is what comes out of your shower and your kitchen sink. It's all your soapy water. So the soapy water will then clean our black water. So we open it up, and we start draining all of the black tank. Now this will take just a minute to drain out, and we're pulling out right now, and where they do have a water right here that you can use to flush yours out. If we are going to be going somewhere else within a day or two, we're not too worried about flushing it out because we'll just flush it out on the site. If you have a full hookup, you don't have to dump it when you're leaving the campground. You're already hooked up. But when you're leaving like we are now, we didn't have full hookups. We just had water, electric. We have to dump it on our way out. My point being is, if you're at a site with full hookups, this is already happening, and before we leave, we take our water hose. Now, this says city water connection. This is where you're pumping your water into the RV to use for your shower, to fill your tank and all that. This other one is to flush the tank. It says tank flush. If you hook the water to here, don't use your drinking water hose because you could cross-contaminate. Get a separate hose, you can hook it to here, and when you turn it on, it would be flushing into the black tank, and it would flush all this out. What we do, we just use our drinking water hose when we're about to leave. We fill our tank so we're ready for the road, put it in the kitchen or the bathroom window, and we just go ahead and put about 10 gallons or so into the toilet from a couple of feet above with it closed after we've drained it, and then we reopen it and then let that drain out. That way we get a good flush of the system. Once you're totally done draining the black, you need to put a few gallons back in your black tank, just so if you use the restroom, it's got a little bit of water sitting in the tank. Otherwise, it'll smell pretty bad in there. Even just, if you just pee a few times in there and you do not have it flushed out, or a few gallons of water in there, it'll smell like ammonia within about 24 hours. So, well, I'm gonna leave that all extended so it can flush now. All these little grooves. Okay, so now I'm gonna open my gray tank. And this is all, you see, it's all soapy water. So it's a bunch of soapy water now that is washing out the inside of the hose you just flushed with. Once I'm done with this, I'll close my gray tank. See these valves, I open this to drain the black. I didn't open them at the same time because I don't want to possibly cross-contaminate. What if the gray was almost empty to drain fast, and then I opened the black, and then it went back up a little bit into the gray tube, and that bacteria eventually made its way back in. I don't want to do that. So black first, let it drain, close it. Then gray, let it drain, whatever you got, 20, 30, 40 gallons in it, and then you're done. It's done now. I close it, I unhook it, I'll let it drain out, I'll squish all my hose back together, I'll put it right back in the bumper, and I'm good to go. If you look over here, there is an extra hose here. If you wanted to hook up, flush your system, flush out most people are just gonna flush out this hose. Don't really see a need if you just had some nice, clean, soapy water flushing out of it. Anyway, that's how we do it. That's how you use your tank. And that's it. All right. Make sure you wear gloves.